Robert Louis Stevenson. Treasure Island. Chapter 18. Narrative continued by the doctor. End of the first day's fighting. We moved as fast as we could across the strip of trees that separated us from the stockade. With every step, the voices of the pirates sounded closer. Soon we could hear their steps as they ran, and the branches breaking as they pushed through the bushes. I started to see that we would soon have a real fight, and I checked my gun. "Captain," I said, "Trelawney is the best shooter. Give him your gun. His own gun is useless." They changed guns, and Trelawney, calm and quiet as he had been since the trouble began, waited a moment to make sure everything was ready. At the same time, I saw that Gray had no weapon, so I gave him my cutlass. It made us all feel better to see him spit on his hand, frown, and swing the blade through the air. It was clear from his whole body that our new man was a good one. About 40 steps farther, we reached the edge of the wood and saw the stockade in front of us. We came to the fence near the middle of the south side. At almost the same time, 7 mutineers appeared at the southwest corner, with Job Anderson, the boatswain, leading them, all running hard. They stopped for a moment, surprised. Before they could recover, the squire and I, and also Hunter and Joyce from the blockhouse, had time to fire. The 4 shots were not well together, but they worked. One of the enemies fell, and the others at once turned and ran back into the trees. After loading our guns again, we walked along the outside of the fence to look at the fallen enemy. He was completely dead, shot through the heart. We began to feel happy about our success, when at that moment a pistol fired in the bushes. A bullet flew close past my ear, and poor Tom Redruth fell to the ground. The squire and I both fired back, but we had nothing to aim at, so we probably only wasted powder. Then we loaded our guns again and went to help poor Tom. The captain and Gray were already looking at him, and I could see at once that he was dead. I think our quick return fire had scared the mutineers away again, because we were able, without more trouble, to lift the poor old gamekeeper over the fence and carry him, groaning and bleeding, into the log house. Poor old man. He had not said a single word of surprise, complaint, fear, or even agreement from the start of our troubles until now, when we laid him down in the log house to die. He had lain like a brave soldier behind his mattress in the gallery. He had followed every order quietly, stubbornly, and well. He was the oldest man in our group by 20 years, and now this quiet, old, useful servant was the one who had to die. The squire fell on his knees next to him, kissed his hand, and cried like a child. "Be I going, doctor?" he asked. "Tom, my man," I said, "you are going home." "I wish I had hit one of them with the gun first," he replied. "Tom," said the squire, "please say you forgive me, will you?" "Would that be proper from me to you, squire?" he answered. "Anyway, so be it. Amen." After a short silence, he said that someone should read a prayer. "It is the custom, sir," he added politely. Not long after, without another word, he died. At the same time, the captain, whom I had noticed had very full pockets and coat, took out many things. There were the British flag, a Bible, a coil of strong rope, pen, ink, the logbook, and a lot of tobacco. He had found a long fir tree already cut and cleaned inside the enclosure. With Hunter's help, he set it up at the corner of the log house where the walls met. Then he climbed onto the roof and raised the flag himself. This seemed to make him feel much better. He went back into the log house and began to count the supplies as if nothing else mattered. But he was still watching Tom. As soon as Tom was dead, he came forward with another flag and carefully spread it over the body. "Don't be upset, sir," he said, shaking the squire's hand. "All is well with him. There is no fear for a man who dies doing his duty to captain and owner. It may not be perfect religion, but it is true. Then he took me aside. "Dr. Livesey," he said, "how many weeks do you and the squire expect the ship to return?" I told him it was not a matter of weeks, but of months. If we were not back by the end of August, Blandley would send someone to find us, but not before or after that time. "You can work it out yourself," I said. "Yes," said the captain, scratching his head. "Even if we are lucky, I would say we are in a very difficult situation." "What do you mean?" I asked. "It is a pity, sir, that we lost that second load. That is what I mean," replied the captain. "As for powder and bullets, we have enough. But the food is short, very short, so short, Dr. Livesey, that we are perhaps better without that extra mouth." And he pointed to the dead body under the flag. Just then, with a loud noise and a whistle, a cannonball flew high above the roof of the log house and landed far behind us in the wood. "Oh," said the captain, "go on shooting. You already have very little powder, my lads." The second shot was better aimed, and the ball fell inside the stockade, throwing up sand but causing no real damage. "Captain," said the squire, "the house cannot be seen from the ship. They must be aiming at the flag. Would it not be wiser to take it down?" "Strike my colors!" cried the captain. "No, sir, not I." And as soon as he said this, I think we all agreed with him. It was not only a brave and sailor-like feeling, it was also a good decision. It showed our enemies that we did not care about their cannon fire. All through the evening they kept shooting. Shot after shot flew over us, fell short, or threw up sand inside the enclosure. But they had to shoot so high that the balls lost power and buried themselves in the soft sand. We did not need to fear bouncing shots, and even when one ball went through the roof of the log house and out through the floor, we soon got used to it and did not care, just like a game. "There is one good thing about all this," said the captain. "The wood in front of us is probably clear now. The tide has been going out for a while, so our stores should be visible. Who will go and bring back some pork?" Gray and Hunter were the first to volunteer. Well armed, they quietly left the stockade, but it was useless. The mutineers were braver than we thought, or they trusted Israel's shooting more than we expected. 4 or 5 of them were already carrying away our supplies and taking them through the water to one of the small boats nearby. They used an oar to keep the boat steady in the current. Silver was sitting at the back, in charge, and every man now had a musket from their own hidden supply. The captain sat down to write in his logbook, and this is how the entry began. Alexander Smollett, captain. David Livesey, ship's doctor. Abraham Gray, carpenter's assistant. John Trelawney, owner. John Hunter and Richard Joyce, servants of the owner, landmen. Being all who remain loyal from the ship's crew, with food for 10 days at small rations, came ashore today and raised the British flag on the log house on Treasure Island. Thomas Redruth, servant of the owner, landman, shot by the mutineers. James Hawkins, cabin boy. At the same time, I was thinking about what had happened to poor Jim Hawkins. Then we heard a shout from the land side. "Someone is calling to us," said Hunter, who was on guard. "Doctor! Squire! Captain! Hello, Hunter, is that you?" came the voice. I ran to the door just in time to see Jim Hawkins, safe and well, climbing over the stockade.